Okay, let's take a look at this money problem here. I've got it in multiple versions, but money equals $100. That'll be the start. Money being the variable. INT for interest. And what I've got here is $ parentheses. You notice the closed parentheses over here at the end. And what it's saying is echo scale equals 2, so it's 2 decimals. 1 divided by 10. So in other words, it's 10%, but scaled to 2 decimals, so 0.10. That echo is sent to BC, remember the basic calculator. So it's going to give an INT variable of 0.10. Now I have a little loop, the for loop, for y equals 1, y less than 4, so y is going to be 3. That is, while it's doing it, it'll be 3. 1, 2, and 3. Y plus plus, so it's going to increment one at a time. Do, that goes all the way down to the word done here on line 8. What's going to do? Money I. The reason I have that variable is it's going to be the interest amount of the money. So this INT is the interest rate. This is the actual dollar amount. Money times interest. Okay, scale equals 2. So what we're saying here is let's calculate the interest rate. Now if I had $100 and a 10%, it's going to be $10. I can do the math at least for the first year in my head. And then money, which already had a value of 100, money is going to equal money plus money I. So it's going to equal 100 plus 10. So the new value of money will be 110. Now printf, you see the $y? Well, that's year 1, y being for year. So it's going to the printf will keep it on the same line. So year 1 it'll echo money, so it'll say 110. And then you see the word done, it goes back up to 4 and it'll go again and print for the second year. Now at that point money I is going to equal not 100 times 10%, but 110 times 10%. So that's going to be $11. And then it's going to add that 110 plus $11 to be 121. So we can see that in action here. So if I do ./money.sh, we can see year 1 it's got 110, year 2 121, year 3 $133.10. And then it prints $133.10 a second time. That's because I printed it after the loop. Now let's take a look at this one here. It's going to be a little bit different. Here I've got a num equals $pound symbol. That actually tells me the number of parameters. And then I have an if statement here, if then. And it says if $num is less than 3, then I need to echo 2 lines and have the word exit. Notice if statements begin with an if, end with a phi, the opposite of if. You need 3 parameters because it turns out to calculate this answer you need the principal, the interest, and the number of years. Now I'm going to do a couple things different here. First of all, if I don't have 3 parameters, it's not going to give me any information. It's going to give me that message and exit will stop the program. In the event I do have those 3 parameters, it can go on to line 7. Money equals $1. I'm also going to say the original money is equal to $1. That $1 means the first parameter. Now here I called the INT rate, just to be clear on that. And in this case, it's going to take the second parameter and divide it by 100. Now, in this loop that I have, the for done loop, I have y is less than $3, the third year. So if I have 10 years, what actually happens, it will go through until y becomes 11 if 10 is the third number. So the amount you earned, that's the word I'm putting for that, money times the interest rate, and then the new value of money. Notice there's no $ right here because I'm assigning it a variable, equals the money plus the earned. So it's going to go through. Now at the end on line 14 here I have a y equals So the no dollar sign there, but then a dollar sign, parentheses, dollar sign y minus 1. Why? Because if my third parameter was 10, it will go while it's less than or equal to 10, and then y becomes 11. So I've got to actually subtract 1 here on that y. And now I have a couple of things here. Printf, remember, prints but doesn't go to the next line. After dollar sign y years, your investment is of, here's where I got the original. But in front of the original, I have a slash dollar sign. That way it'll put the dollar sign in front of the original variable. The slash means treat the next character just as a character. So the other way of doing it, of course, is like in this echo statement. Echo will put a return statement at the end, but dollar sign space dollar sign money. So when the dollar sign is all by itself, it's no problem. If I put the dollar sign next to a dollar sign, I needed to put this slash in front of it to let it know. So let's take a look at that program. That's money 0. And it says you need 3 parameters to run this program. In order, they are principal, interest, and years. So what I really need to do is take my 100 at, let's say, 10% interest for 3 years, and I get that information. And I can, of course, change those parameters so that I could say, for instance, at 7% interest for 12 years. After 12 years, your investment will be of $100 will be worth $225.14. So that's the power of compounding. Now here's another one, just to add to the whole thing. If, and it's got to be kind of the way I got it here. I've got a dollar sign pound symbol. Remember, that's the number of parameters. If the number of parameters minus GT greater than 0. If the number of parameters is greater than 0, double ampersand, that means and, the first parameter is equal, double equals means the comparison equals the word help. So then I'm going to print all this stuff here. This program will calculate the value of your investment over a certain period of time. You need 3 parameters, explains it, shows an example, money.sh, $1,000, 5% interest at 10 years. So it tells you that. So it'll then exit. So if you have the word help, so this was Money 2 is the name of this program. And of course it says I need 3 parameters. If the first parameter is the word help, I don't have 3 parameters, but I have at least 1. I've got greater than 0. Now it gives me the whole help to this here that explains to me what all is happening. And of course, once I understand that and I say I'm going to take $1,000 at 5% interest for 10 years and see where I'm at, I find that my $1,000, after 10 years, your savings of $1,000 will be worth $1,628.86.